Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Daniel Rowland, Emeritus Professor, University of Kentucky.
Thank you so much. I'm a little bit, welcome to our panel to discuss the current situation in Ukraine. It will be moderated by Glenn Nye, President and CEO at the Center for the Study of the Presidency and of Congress. I'm a little bit like Ukraine when it comes to discussion of national identity. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes, it'll be very brief, to talk about the centrality of national identity in our understanding of what's happening in the struggle between Russia and Ukraine. So I'll be talking a little bit about different concepts of national identity. And I'm a little bit, as a person added at the very last second, I met one of the organizers on the plane coming back here a couple of days ago, and she squeezed me in. I'm a little bit like the situation of Ukraine as a last-minute arrival, unexpected, and possibly disorganized. Whereas Russia has a long-standing national identity which has been accepted and understood for literally centuries and centuries. My own work in Russian history has concentrated on the formative period of Russia and the period just before Peter the Great, and how Russians imagined themselves as a political unit. So this is a subject that really interests me a lot. One of the things that's surprising is that there are many, I think almost every college in the United States has a course on the history of Russia, on Russian history. Almost no colleges have any courses on the history of Ukraine. So Ukraine has just been a kind of accidental, at least in imagination, an accidental happenstance. There's a crucial work, I'll just mention the scholar who did it, Benedict Anderson, describing national identity as an imagined community. In other words, national identity used to be thought of as something like a mountain range, which it was the job of the scholars to discover, or a kind of excavation. But starting with Benedict Anderson in the 1980s and going on up to the present, people imagine national identity as simply a creation of the imagination. It's a kind of a fiction, either a successful one or an unsuccessful one. Russia has a very conventional national identity. It's been around for a long time. It's had a long-standing and very large empire, beginning really in the 16th century and going up, I think, in Putin's imagination, to the present. And it was underlain by three commonalities, which I think in conventional thought are what make a nation a nation. One is a common language, and I'll just mention here that it's an imagined common language. A number of commentators have said that even at the height of the Russian Empire, the majority of people living in that empire were not Russian speakers. But nonetheless, the Russians have imagined they have a common language. They have a common religion in Eastern Orthodoxy, Russian Orthodoxy, something I've studied and love. And they have, I think, a very clearly delineated national culture, which has been cultivated and elaborated over now many centuries. Ukraine, by contrast, has no national language. Ukrainian history is a multi-language history. It includes many people who speak Russian, many people who speak Polish and other different languages, now a number of Tatars. It has no common religion, but many religions, and it has a variety of cultures. So it's a new kind, it's really a new kind of nationality, and one that doesn't fit our conventional stereotypes or expectations. And so I think what we're seeing now play out is a really interesting kind of contest between a very traditional nationality represented by Putin in Russia and a kind of new kind of nationality represented by Zelensky in Ukraine, which is multicultural, multi-language, and multi-religious, and essentially much more 21st century. And now we'll see who wins, and I have just finished my last minute. So thank you so much. It's my pleasure to introduce Congressman Nye, who will introduce the other panelists. Thank you.